Oklahoma gun rights supporters weighing in after the killing of an ICU nurse by federal agents in Minneapolis.
37-year-old Alex Preddy was shot and killed on Saturday during a protest against the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. In the moments after, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said Preddy right there brandished a firearm. She said an agent shot him in self-defense after Preddy resisted efforts to disarm him. However, videos recorded by eyewitnesses contradict Homeland Security's account of events.
The incident now drawing questions about legal gun ownership, as Minnesota is an open carry state.
Like here in Oklahoma, you can protest with weapons. We saw some of that up in Tulsa a couple years ago. Obviously, you can do that in Minnesota.
Peacefully carrying at an event is perfectly fine, but you still have to be responsible and follow all the rules and the laws.
Late this evening, Minneapolis mayor said some federal agents will begin leaving the city following what he called a productive phone call with President Trump.
Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt is among a growing number of Republicans publicly calling out the Trump administration's handling of the situation in Minnesota.
News 4's Spencer Humphrey joins us now with Stitt's comments and more on why political experts believe he's saying it now. Spencer.
Yeah, Allie and Kevin, while Stitt says he's still a supporter of President Trump's, he went on record questioning what the end game is for the Trump administration here, suggesting the federal government is stepping on an issue that really belongs to the states.
Americans don't like what they're seeing right now.
Governor Stitt criticizing the Trump administration's handling of ongoing tensions in Minneapolis after yet another federal immigration officer shot and killed a protester under questionable circumstances.
This is a real tragedy, and I think the death of Americans, what we're seeing on TV, it's causing deep concerns over federal tactics and accountability.
Stitt cautioning that he does agree with a goal to get violent criminals here illegally removed from the country, but saying he's not sure the Trump administration's current tactics are designed with just them in mind.
What's the goal right now? Is it to deport every single non-U.S. citizen? I don't think that's what Americans want. We have to stop politicizing this. We need real solutions on immigration reform.
Amid calls from Minnesota leaders for the Trump administration to pull federal officers out of Minnesota, Stitt also making the argument this issue belongs to state and local law enforcement.
We believe in federalism and state rights, and nobody likes feds coming into their state. I think we need employers and employees. If you're not on welfare or government assistance or Medicaid, we need to allow an employer to match up with that workforce. Maybe charge that employer $5,000 that can pay down the national debt and to incentivize them to hire Americans. But if they need that labor, we're overcomplicating this. Other countries have figured this out.
Stitt now joining a growing list of Republicans across the country, breaking with the president, particularly when it comes to violence and deaths at the hands of federal officers.
I'm kind of seeing this on my social media that there's some concern, even from the most conservative, saying, we're not sure that this is quite right.
UCO political science professor Brett Sharp says with Stitt being the chair of the bipartisan National Governors Association and likely having goals of holding federal office someday, he may be reading the political room, seeing a trend and getting ahead of it.
You can be on the wrong side of history. We've had the videos from multiple angles, different things. It really flies in the face of what the administration is saying about what happened. A politician's a politician for a reason. And so there's that part of it, but they might also be looking at the polls and kind of seeing the immediate reactions.
And he says if things continue as they are, he would not be surprised to see Stitt and other Republicans like him to continue distancing.
You got to wonder, you're going to hold on to Trump as you want his support and you want to stay on his good side, or do you want to differentiate yourself from everybody else in the field?
Now, I do want to point out in his comments, Stitt mentioned he still supports President Trump overall, but again, he reiterated the federal government should be giving states say and control over immigration and law enforcement.